Hey guys, and welcome back to God of War 2. It's time for a brand new post-E3 session, and let's play a quick game of Where's Kratos? Is he down there, in the lava? Is he in the fabulous stonework to the right? No, he was in the shaft of light all along. Oh, Lord have mercy. We're all good, guys, we're all good. Hopefully no falling into lava pits today. In fact, we're going like as far away from lava as we can possibly get.
Well, you know, apart from the massive lava pillar next to us.
So, I'm going to start with you, THD. How do we feel about motherfucking God of War? Well, in like brackets 4, they just called it God of War, for the PS4 with the Norse mythology and Dad Kratos and all that good shit.
Man, I'm calling it God of War 4. Fuck you, I don't care. It's looking really cool. Like, I'm a little bit admittedly concerned about the fact that, like, the stuff they were showing at E3 was so zoomed close. Like, I want the brutal kind of combat to return, but at the same time, you know, they said it was, like, more of a demonstration kind of purposes. I imagine the camera will zoom out and we'd get more traditional God of War gameplay. I'm loving the new stuff. The Norse mythology stuff is great. I like the idea of, you know, Kratos being... And I'm gonna presume he's an adopted father here, because he keeps mentioning the kid's mother, like, you know, your mother taught you how to hunt. So I'm going to presume, like, Kratos found this kid or something and did stuff with his mother or whatever.
Do you really think he's adopted, or do you think the son's like a blood relative?
I think he's adopted. Kratos kind of... I would not be surprised if he did not want to have anyone biological for a while, because of still all the stuff that happened. So I imagine the kid is adopted. And, you know, I love the fucking, the magic axe he was throwing around and pulling back. That's going to be really fun. So, you know, it's only a taste, but I'm really looking forward to seeing where they're going to take this, because God of War has had its rest for a while, and now is the time, I think, for it to come back and do some stuff and make us all excited for it again. What
was the last God of War game, actually? Was it Ascension?
I believe it was, yeah.
That one I've never played. I've never played 1, 3... Ascension and Ghosts of Sparta, so I clearly have a lot of God of War to play. Okay, Richard, we've heard from Mr. THD over there. How do you feel about the whole God of War 4 Norse edition?
It's okay. I mean, it looked amazing and stuff. It's not really my scene. I mean, especially with that camera angle, I'm really not sure about that camera angle. For the type of game God of War has been, whether it works out in the end is up for debate. We'll see. I'll remain cautiously optimistic, though. As I said, I probably won't play it because it's not my bag.
Now, if Bayonetta somehow wound up in Norse times, then it would indeed...
Do not do another crossover. Thank you.
Wait, another crossover? Which crossover?
Smash Brothers.
Oh, okay. They see, you kind of confused me there. I was like, when did Kratos and Bayonetta ever start hanging out?
Well, Kratos has been in a crossover game. He was in that PlayStation All-Stars Rumble, you know, fucking thing. So it's not like he's not a stranger to it, but still, like, don't. Thanks.
Okay.
So pretty sure that Kratos has been in Mortal Kombat, hasn't he?
Oh yeah, that's true. He was in Mortal Kombat 9. He was actually a DLC character. I don't know if if they put him in 10, that might actually be kind of good.
Also, wasn't he in Soul Calibur at some point?
Yes, he was. Fuck, he was in fucking everything, isn't he? I could go back and find, like, fucking Adventure on the Atari 2600. Oh, there's a little Kratos stickman running around.
Yeah, with, like, a really angry, like, word bubble, because obviously there's no voice chip in that fucking console. I'm here! Don't know why, gotta pay the bills! But, yeah, Norse mythology, before we get to, like, my opinion of God of War 4, Richie, can you give us a few little tidbits to whet our appetite, so to speak?
So, I mean, I love a bit of Norse mythology. It's easily one of my favourite mythologies of all time. I've done so many games with it, like Tales of Symphonia, Tomb Raider Underworld, Bayonetta. There's all sorts of Norse everywhere you look. But the things that you want to be thinking about when you're thinking about Norse is Thor, the Hammer Mjolnir, Odin, obviously. You also want to be thinking about Yggdrasil, which is the world tree that connects all of the Norse worlds together. You also want to be thinking about Ratatosk, which is actually a squirrel that runs around Yggdrasil. You want to be thinking about Loki,
the son of Asgard, and he is burdened with glorious purpose.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. I Watch the MCU.
And you also want to be thinking about Jormungandr, which is the world snake which brings about Ragnarok.
Oh man, fucking 4-3 Ragnarok. You know, the first two falls were like 2 especially, even though I strangely found it kind of compelling more than boring, which is how a lot of people view 4-2. But I'm looking forward to 4-3, honestly, and that was a bit too far, so we're going to pull the elevator back down and try again. But, yeah, Norse mythology is my bag. I think if it had to be any mythology, it would have been a toss-up between Norse and Egyptian. I think, like, the outlier would have been, like, Japanese mythology. That'd be a bit interesting. But, you know, there was some leaked stuff a while back, and that kind of sort of confirmed Norse without saying it outright. So I'm pretty happy with the outlook overall. Also, can I just say, Sony's E3 conference, classy as hell. Like, they had like a friggin' live orchestra with, I think, Bear McCreary was his name or whatever, and they were scoring all the trailers like God of War 4. I think Days Gone was a thing, and you also had like The Last Guardian. Oh, I'm so happy The Last Guardian is like actually coming out this year in October, actually, which is great.
I know, it has a release date.
It exists! It is a thing that exists! Oh, we'll have to get around to actually playing Eco sometime this year then.
Definitely.
Yeah, gotta complete the trilogy. Oh shit! Yeah, now that I'm gonna get a PS4 at Christmas, so maybe like next year we'll cover The Last Guardian, who knows. But as for like God of War 4 itself, I am honestly hyped for it. Like with Richie, kind of apprehensive about the Last of Us style camera, but they've confirmed there'll be like, you know, camera pullouts for the big boss fights and whatever, so I'm not like too worried. I think people are being a wee bit too apprehensive about the whole thing. That is a great camera angle right there.
It is, yeah, I definitely agree. Like, this is just cool right here, and the guy is admittedly very minor, but it's a very nice dramatic kind of thing with the lighting and things like that. I think for the camera, by the way, what they're gonna try to invoke is like a Dark Souls sort of thing, possibly. That's what I've heard, and I can see what they're going with that. I hope it's not, though. I much would prefer this, you know, traditional style.
Man, he just won't give up.
I think the best way of dealing with him is blocking and deflecting.
Okay. As opposed to just not blocking at all and taking it all in the face.
Yeah.
A couple of people have commented on my whole non-blocking agenda. I will try to get better, and I think I'll be forced to now we're coming to the end game.
That is the Spartan from near the beginning of the game. Like, he actually came out all this way as well, you know, besides Kratos. And we actually do kind of get, again, that little bit of character development where Kratos may be a screaming motherfucker, but it's clear that somewhere deep inside, he does have a kinship with his fellow Spartans, and he does maybe even feel a little bad that he sort of accidentally killed one when this time he didn't actually mean it.
He literally brought down the thunder, so to speak.
That guy took like 5 lightning bolts and he kept on fighting. That's pretty impressive.
Well, that's one. I'm going to count them as it goes through. Get a little lightning bolt count going in the bottom right.
Hey man, you could kill these guys for health. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, that was a thing in God of War 1, wasn't it?
Well, it was the thing in all of the games. I don't know if God of War 4 is going to do that because Kratos is a lot more chill these days, but still.
I swear, if you watch carefully in the God of War 4 like live gameplay demo, there is a meter that builds up during a cutscene, and the player is actively keeping Kratos' anger in control.
It must be some sort of moral choice system they're gonna do. I hope it's not. I just like to think that Kratos is like, you know, he's like screaming, wait, take a breath. Okay, just let it go, dude.
Do not be sorry, be better. Realistically, couldn't Zeus have just leveled the whole thing like Nappa when he and Vegeta arrived on Earth?
Yeah, but it's not nearly as fun. You could, if you're a god, of course you're gonna stomp around shit. Oh, I'm bigger than everyone. It's way more fun that way.
Corey Burton commands you to look at his behemoth penis. Look at it!
Oh my god. Does that canonically make Corey Burton having the biggest penis in all of voice acting?
I would think so, yes, that's how it works. Oh, well. Enjoy Hades. Tell him hi when you get there. Hi from Kratos.
Well, what if he's going to Elysium? He could go to Elysium, you don't know.
I just realised Kratos gets frequent dire miles.
Here, let me just kind of butt in a little bit. Oh, this guy.
The Kraken!
Now, there is a particular strategy to this guy. I know you want to whoop on the tentacles a bit, and what he's going to do is that eventually he'll expose a pressure plate, and what you're going to do at that point is you're going to use the Spartan's body to weigh it down.
I got you.
Yeah, before that happens, you just get to yell as Kratos, which is just hilarious. Each button does something different.
Ah, this is really smart. Probably should have looked behind me. Oh, I sense an upgrade coming on. Give it to me. You know, for how little change, you know, how little his face changes to use actual English there, not translated from ancient Greek, he has surprisingly emotive eyes, does Kratos.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, even at this point, like, with the PS2, they really kind of pushed it as well as they could, you know, during the development, and these games really kind of exemplify that. I've mentioned before that they have, like, very few, if any, loading times throughout the game, because they load everything ahead of time, so, you know, they do it so well. So, and God of War 3 pushed that a little bit too, and I'm really hoping that God of War will take advantage of the PS4 to kind of give us some great, like, visuals and mechanics that really tap into all that processing power.
So this is Gaia talking to us through, I guess, a projection of Kratos' wife to kind of soften him up.
I suppose that would be a wise policy. You know, don't show up as well, that Spartan he just killed was a bad idea.
Yeah, she shows up as Ares and like, shit, I really did not think this plan through.
And Ares had he had an attack where he got like mechanical spider legs from his back and he was like attacking with them at long range. I'm like, I don't seem to recall that as part of Greek mythology, but I suppose anything is possible.
It's right there in the footnote, she's just not looking hard enough. Oh, I'm feeling the burn! Okay, Gaia, I get it. Kill the gods. What do you think I've been trying to do throughout the entire game?
Well, that's some great pixelization on that brow back there.
Okay, Mr. Kraken, I'm awake now. Now I'm even ragier.
There's an electric boogaloo to this particular rage.
Yes, I see that thing right there. I will use my fallen comrade in this puzzle. Okay, so I guess first I've got to get him off the thingamadoodar.
Yeah, so attack the left tentacle.
Okay.
That'll make it move and give you some green orbs in the process. Then I think there's a pressure plate in front of the pillar. You want to obviously put the corpse onto the pressure plate, and that'll lift the left pillar. That'll uncover an updraft in the centre.
I've got it.
And then you want to glide on the updraft to the Kraken's head and attack his forehead.
Wow, I can't believe he's not hit me once yet.
Yeah, that's kind of odd. This Kraken sucks.
Okay, he got me. That's Kratos's and my hubris right there. Okay, just keep repeating this, I guess.
Yep, so keep repeating that until he stabs the middle portion of the platform. Like that.
This is like really on time, this particular session.
So now what you want to do is you want to climb on the tentacle, up an X.
Okay.
And just climb all the way to the top. He may throw you off, at which point you'll have to repeat the process, but just keep climbing.
Okay.
And when you see that, obviously do it.
Do the thing.
That's what I've been doing throughout the entire game so far. You see a button on screen, you better goddamn press it. And now repeat for the other side, I'm guessing.
So apparently after that's happened, the Kraken will get his tentacle stuck in the left wall, or something. I'd say probably just keep doing what you're doing and wait until he gets it stuck in a wall, I think.
Ah, okay. No, hang on, I've got it.
Man, he is throwing a hissy fit. You know, being a Kraken and all.
Just gotta put it back on the switch.
Meanwhile, that Phoenix is chilling in the background. Hey, listen, I got stuff I can be doing.
Yeah, don't mind me.
Now, hold on, let me just readjust this.
So for God's sake, Get on the press and play. I'm not having another, like, second session kerfuffle over here. Right, and up we go. Whee! Da-da-da-da-da-da! Ow.
Do you guys want a fun little fact?
As long as it's fun.
The Kraken isn't actually from Greek mythology.
Oh, what the fuck?
The Kraken is actually from Norse mythology.
Huh. How about that?
Obviously he's a legendary sea monster of giant size said to dwell off the coasts of Norway and Greenland. First described by the Dane Erik Pontoppidan in his first book, which I am not going to be able to pronounce. And yeah, it's all cool. Now I think what you need to do here is you need to jump up to it and cling on to it. I think you're going to have to do it a bit further up, closer to the wall. Oh, you got it. So now obviously destroy.
The pimple? I presume it's a pimple.
Oh, okay. Missed my chance there, I think.
You've got this down for the first phase.
Basically, get on there.
Even in death, he serves Sparta.
What a bro! What a bro!
Now, there is a sea monster in ancient Greece, but that is Cetus, which is just a large fish, a whale, a shark, or a sea monster. And they're slain by Perseus and Heracles. But that's pretty much all we have in terms of evil Greek sea monsters.
Get on the thing. Jesus, there we go.
Yeah, the Kraken is about as Norse as you come.
Don't read into that. It's like a hint for God of War 4. It's just obviously a bit before its time.
Isn't there a Kraken in Ascension? I've like heard things.
Yeah, it's like I believe it's like, you know, the final boss scenario. You kind of have to deal with whoever the fuck you're fighting, and while there's a Kraken going on at the same time, you're like fighting in the middle of the ocean. It's kind of unnerving in how like the sheer height and like vertigo you kind of experience during that fight, because you're just bouncing around. Meanwhile, this giant ass Kraken is under the waters, ready to get you. It's kind of nuts, actually.
Right, so the way you deal with this phase is obviously attack the tentacles, rolling away whenever he starts rapping away on the floor. You don't have to worry too much about avoiding his attacks when the first tentacle is uncoiled, since he'll be so busy struggling to maintain his grip that you won't have time to attack. So just blaze it. If you've got magic, use that as well.
I'm blazing it.
And now the lever.
Haha, here comes lever fun.
Gonna fuck you in your mouth.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love it.
That is very satisfying.
I seem to recall that fight being harder.
It's actually really easy. It's probably one of the easiest bosses in this game. I've never really struggled with him.
I think it's meant to be like a catharsis kind of cooldown sort of boss, really.
Oh, Tom, I'm very impressed with you for using Greek terminology.
Oh, you know.
Oh, I guess I'm done here.
Now, don't do the bird just yet. Go around it. There are chests.
Yeah, I can see the chest, Richie. Surprising as it may be, I don't miss chests that obvious.
I know, but I just thought I would double check.
Okay.
Just make sure we are on time.
Okay, fair enough. Quoted, this is how you don't play God of War 2, like, HFC edition, where it shows me clearly missing a chest that's on screen. Okay, what should I upgrade here? No, that's maxed out. Maybe. I really should upgrade this, because I think it's going to come in handy towards the end game.
I barely use Atlas Quake, like I've said before, but hey, you know, you gotta spend your orbs on something. You've already upgraded the two things I recommend you get first, so...
Oh, what the hell, I'll give you one.
Give Typhon's Bane a bit of love.
There you go. It's all good.
Mm-hmm, looking fine.
Mm-hmm.
I will now circle you to death. And a bit of this.
Buddy, I was gonna help you. Ah!
Ah! Why does this always happen to me? Fuck, get off! Do it properly. Show the Phoenix some respect, Kratos.
And Phoenix is like, no, do that again.
Oh, Richie's just having a whale of a time.
Is this like the first version of Banjo-Kazooie? Is he like taming him?
Oh, sorry, that just really tickled me.